Hi everyone, it's no longer a secret. Making money as a student is tough. When you're a full-time student, every day you have 8 hours of classes, followed by a few hours of extracurriculars. Then you have to come home, eat dinner, shower, and then study for a few hours. Beside all this, you must also allow yourself 6 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. So, it's clear that a full-time student doesn't have room for a part-time job to make some extra money, which is exactly where side hustles come in. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 side hustles I did back when I was a student. The very first side hustle I started is content creation. So 12 years ago, when I was 20 years old, I made my first YouTube channel. And to be honest, I wasn't trying to make money. I was just having the time of my life uploading gaming videos to YouTube. But after a while, I reached 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time. So my account became eligible for monetization, and I realized I could actually make money uploading videos to the internet. Immediately, I went up to a friend, had him set up AdSense, and soon enough, my channel was making like $6 to $21 per day, which wasn't bad for me. This was a little quick because the competition at that time was low. Remember, I said 12 years ago. Now, I know what you're thinking. Buddy, this sounds great and all, but what am I gonna make videos about? I have 2 suggestions. First, if you have a hobby, whether it's reading, gaming, coding, exercising, gardening, driving cars, or whatever it is, share your passion on social media. Post walkthroughs, tutorials, or even vlogs showing people the ups and downs of your journey, for example. Alright, and my second idea, if you're interested in a certain academic subject, whether it's mathematics, biology, computer science, or organic chemistry, post tutorials to YouTube. Now, if you're uncomfortable putting your face out there or simply don't know how to edit your videos, that's where the NVIDIA AI comes in. NVIDIA AI introduces a very cool way of turning your ideas into videos. All you have to do is type your idea into a box, and this tool will automatically generate a video with voiceovers, clips, and much more. So let's go ahead and explore some features. So once you head to NVIDIA's website, click on sign up, and you'll see a page like this where you can create your account. Once you log in, you'll see the following page, and this is where the magic happens. This tool is very similar to ChatGPT or Bard. All you need to do is to type in detailed prompts or instructions or whatever you want to call it, and it'll generate the exact kind of video that you're looking for. I will put all the important links in the description of this video. Listen, they are not affiliate links. So, if you want to support my effort, please hit the like button, share the video with friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Now, I know what I'm explaining in this section of the video might be a little bit intimidating. You might be wondering to yourself, what in the world do I type into this box? Well, fear not. NVIDIA AI provides workflows, which can help you construct your prompts. We have YouTube Shorts, YouTube Explainer, Recent Events Video, and Script to Video. I'm going to go ahead and click on the YouTube Explainer, and let's go ahead and generate a video. Let's say a video about photosynthesis. And there we go. I've also told it to describe in detail the different organelles and processes involved. And we can also add some creative directions. So I'll go ahead and tell the AI to make the video a little bit humorous and entertaining. As for the background music, I'll go ahead and tell it to choose something more upbeat. Now here, you can select the gender and the accent for your narrator's voice. Feel free to play around. I'm just going to go ahead and leave these as any. I'll go ahead and tell it to use subtitles. I'll leave the watermark text as is, and we can use iStock normally. Now, let's go ahead and press continue. And as you can see, the tool automatically constructed a prompt and placed it into the text box for us. Guys, don't you find this amazing? Let me know in the comment section, please. Now, all we have to do is go ahead and click on generate a video. Alright, and here we go. The tool is doing some hard work in the background. Now, this part usually takes a few minutes, but it's still pretty quick. Alright, and it's finished generating the video. The title is Photosynthesis, the Green Factory Unveiled. Check the output. Let's go ahead and play the preview.
Ever wondered why plants don't need a grocery store to get their food? Plants have mastered the process of photosynthesis, an amazing mechanism where they use sunlight and carbon dioxide to create their own food.
So, as you can see, it's pretty decent for an AI-generated video, and the voiceover sounds really natural. But if there are some parts of the video that you want to modify, it's super easy to make edits. All you have to do is click on this edit button. From there, you can either edit the clips or the script. For example, if I click on this video clip, I can modify the duration, and I can also see the exact part of the script it corresponds to. Now, if we go to the Edit Script tab, this is where I can modify parts of that script. For example, here, maybe I want to make this line more concise, so I can go ahead and delete these words, and there we go. You can also modify the clip for this line by clicking on this button and editing the media keywords. So, once you're happy with your modifications, go ahead and click on Apply Changes, and there you go. The tool is now modifying the script for you. AI is amazing, isn't it, guys? If you agree, just write amazing in the comment section for me, please. Now, if you feel like that edit window was a bit too complicated, there's an even easier way to modify the video. There's this little prompt box right over here. You can type in a command and just tell it what to do. So for example, right here, there's an option to make this scene half as long. It's too wordy. I'm going to go ahead and put that in, click on generate, and let's see what it does. Alright, check here, it shortened the first scene. You can use a bunch of other commands as well, like change the voiceover from male to female, or make the subtitles appear word by word and pop. Now, once you're happy with the result, you can go ahead and click on export, and you have a couple options here. You can remove the watermarks, you can remove the NVIDIA AI branding, and you can also select an export resolution. Now, if you want to remove the watermark and export in high quality, I recommend you upgrade to a paid plan, which is affordable to most creators. On top of that, the paid plan will give you access to millions of royalty-free stock footage clips, along with a more human-like voiceover. Check out the link in the description down below to get started with NVIDIA AI. Now let's move on to the next side hustle, tutoring. So back in college, I became a computer science tutor for nearly 2 years. I had 6 students I was meeting with over Zoom, each for 1 to 2 hours per week, and honestly, it was pretty manageable with all of my coursework. Now, if you want to get started with tutoring, there are a couple steps that I think you have to follow. The first of which is figuring out what you even want to tutor in the first place. Do you want to tutor an academic subject like algebra, biology, or coding? Or do you want to tutor a standardized test like the SAT or the ACT? Now, there is a slight trade-off here. You'll probably make more money tutoring a standardized test, but it's also harder compared to the first options. People who are looking for standardized test tutors usually want someone who has scored above a 27 on the ACT or a 1400 on the SAT. On the other hand, if you want to become an academic subject tutor, most people just want someone who aced the class. Now, if you want to tutor in person, you can generally charge more, but of course, you'll have to manage your own transportation and coordinate meeting times with your students. Your marketing will also depend a lot on word of mouth and referrals. Now, if you want to tutor online, you'll generally earn less, but it's a lot more convenient. You don't have to worry about transportation, and you might not have to worry about marketing if you work for a larger tutoring company. But just keep in mind that these companies might take a slight cut of your earnings as they're bringing the students to you. Alternatively, you could start your own tutoring business and use social media to promote it. Either way, whether you're just tutoring 1 or 2 students or start a whole tutoring business, it's a pretty fun and rewarding way to earn some money. Now, the third side hustle is web development. And the reality is, you don't even need to know how to code. Now, back in high school, I set up and managed a website for an organization in my community, and they didn't want me to code anything from scratch. They just needed someone who could use a platform like Wix and set up a couple web pages. Very easy, right? The reality is, there are probably tons of people, businesses, and organizations in your local community who want someone to help them set up a super simple website. So if this sounds even somewhat interesting to you, here's what I recommend you do. Reach out to local businesses and organizations and see if they need help upgrading or setting up a website. Now, if you're too nervous to send cold emails to businesses, or if they're just not responding, you can also ask your parents, teachers, or even your guidance counselors. See if they can point you to anyone who might need help. And the best part about this side hustle is that you can take it even further. If you end up helping a local business with their website, you can also end up helping them with their social media, with their copywriting, with their graphic design. Of course, this will totally depend on how much time you have and your exact expertise level. But if there are any older businesses in your area, I'm sure at least a few of them would appreciate a nicer website. If you're just getting started, I recommend you charge per project. And if you're using a website builder to set up a couple web pages, you can charge anywhere between $120 to $300. Now, of course, if you know how to code and design, if you can program a website from scratch, you can probably charge something in the thousands. But for most students, I believe something simple and sweet is the best way to go. Thank you guys. That wraps up this video. Hopefully it helped out. And if it did, be sure to share the video and subscribe to the channel. I recently made a video where I show you step by step how you make more money online using Google News. Check this out and I'll see you there.